So today's November 16th. I got my Mahindra 4540. It come with the grapple and the bucket. I get my bush hog and box blade. Hey everybody, I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on how I put ballast in my roof. So this is our first Christmas in the Barndominium, so stick around and see how we decorate the place. It's going to turn out really nice. As I walk around in here, it just hit me. This is good marriage advice. For all you married couples out there, young married couples. This is for the young married couples, not us veterans. Hey everybody, welcome back. Last night, my 3-point quick hitch attachment was waiting on me when I pulled up to the house. So I'm gonna put that on the tractor today, so y'all go with me.
So today is demo day.
Welcome back everybody. Should you buy a Mahindra tractor or not? Let's talk about it. Welcome back everybody. Today we're going to cover the Forester Professional Cutters Combo. It's a chainsaw safety equipment package that I got from the Rural King. How about you? Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. How about you? Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. How about you? Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. How about you? Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm.
Be ready? Oh, I wasn't even watching. I'm reading the chat.
Nice hat, Sherry.
I know. You like that hat? Oh, BC Truck asked what state they're in. Well, they're probably in a state of confusion right now, Brad. Because they're on with me right now. Because Daryl doesn't have them over here yet. We have them in the green room. Or it could be the purple room today. I don't know. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. We are having a wonderful Monday. If you haven't heard the news, Daryl's pregnant. No. we hit 10K. God, he has this puzzled look on his face. We hit 10K today, and Overlook Valley Homestead hit 1K today. North Star Prepsteader hit 1K today. Go October. So anyway, they can't hear me, Daryl.
They can't hear you.
Jason can't hear me. Oh. I guess it would help if I put the mic by my mouth.
I'm gonna.
Jason, can you hear me now? The mic was behind my monitor.
I didn't know I had to get your microphone for you too.
I know. Can you hear me now, Mark and Jason? Francine? Still can't hear me? Nope, they still
Yeah,
can't hear.
I hear you great.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go. Pull the darn thing out. I don't know what I'm going to do unless I stick my mouth on the microphone. Is that better? Okay. So, do I have to go through the whole routine again? Weed'em and Reap. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And it's an honor to have you here tonight. What a
Yes,
great, we
absolutely.
have 77 in here tonight. We're going to have a good night. Well, I don't know if you heard me, but we had some milestones today. Overlook Valley Homestead hit 1K today. Congratulations, Sarah and Mark. Oh, if you don't know, Mark is my second nephew. He's an identical twin. North Star Prepstetter hit 1K today. And we found out that Daryl's pregnant. No. We hit, it was funnier the first time. We hit 10K today. So, and that's why BC Truck's in here, because he wants to hit us up for a loan now. So we will bring out our guests from the green room or the purple room, and we will start this party. I wonder what they're going to say when they come out.
All right.
How about you?
They're not even on yet, and they're already yelling it. Fooled you. Okay, now you can do it.
Oh, how about you? Oh, man. How about you, everybody? Everybody doing all right tonight?
Oh,
I have got to ask, where did that come from?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I've been saying it for years. I mean, I've literally been saying it since probably 15 years now. It's just a greeting that I use, and I usually follow it up with "appreciate you." But that one didn't make the cut for the YouTube channel. But yeah, it's so funny because Gina actually talks about we can carry on a conversation with other Southern dudes, right? About how about you? All right, Dan, you? Yeah, good. And I know everything there is to know about that. His mom's good, his family's good, all that stuff. So it's we've been saying it for years, and it's just part of our natural vernacular, I guess you'd say. Vernacular.
ooh, that's a big word.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness
Do you
sakes.
know what it is? Do you know what it means?
Well, I don't know what it means, but I probably
It
can't
sounded
spell
good.
it either, so don't ask me.
It sounded good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds
Goodness.
good. Yeah.
So you were out of Florida, correct?
That's right. We live about 40 miles north of Panama City Beach. Yeah.
BC Truck is asking, please tell me Hank works in the propane industry.
I tell you what, I sell propane and propane accessories. Bobby? Yeah, you know what? It's funny because my name's Henry. And so when I was born, my daddy's like, we're going to name this little boy Hank. And my mom was like, we're not sticking Hank on a kid. But I've never been called Henry ever, not even when I get in trouble. It's always been Hank. So I wish they'd have just stuck Hank on me instead of Henry.
It's funny because our youngest grandson is Anthony, which is my son's middle name, who is named after my favorite uncle. But anyway, when he was born, Daryl says, oh, yeah, we'll call him Tony. And Cassie, his mom, says, no, you won't. So not too long ago, Daryl goes, that's okay, we'll just call him Why Not. And I'm looking at Daryl.
Yeah.
And the girls, his sisters, our granddaughters, are looking at Papa and going, why not? And he goes, yeah, it's Tony spelled backwards.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. I live with a smart arse.
Awesome. Yeah, Hank just fits my personality, and it's really what lured Gina into
absolutely.
dating me.
It's all about the name.
It was all about the name, wasn't it? Yeah, it didn't have anything to do with the smile or the good looks or the eyes or anything. No.
Hey, if you got a quick story, I'll actually tell you how me and Gina met. It's pretty awesome,
Go
actually.
for it. It's your show.
Okay, hey. Well, how about you, everybody? We're going to talk about how me and Gina met
Oh,
tonight.
my goodness.
So, anyway, so Gina was my worship pastor at our church that I was attending, and I've been going to this church for a couple of years, and I say, man, this lady's pretty good looking right here, man, and I wonder if she's single, and so ended up asking her out on a date, and she said a lunch date, and she said yes. Well, while we were there, she was talking about, since she was our worship pastor, she needed a bass player in the band. And I said, hey, I play bass, but I need about 3 weeks because my schedule is really, really packed. Before I can come audition for you, I need about 3 weeks. And so she's like, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. So we're at lunch, and so after we get through eating, we do that church hug, that side church hug, when we get through. And I say, okay, I'll see you later. And then I watch her drive off, and I get on my cell phone, and I call my brother, and I said, dude, run to the music store, buy a bass guitar and an instructional DVD. I've got 3 weeks to learn how to play this thing, dude.
True story.
True story.
And now he's actually a really good bass player.
Yeah, so I've been playing bass for 14 years now. So. Oh my goodness, that was before the YouTube. We didn't have any instructional videos on YouTube. That was before YouTube.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, that's a true story.
It's too funny. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So if you have
I'm
any
sorry,
questions,
Sherry, what was that, ma'am?
I was just going. I'm not a ma'am. I'm Sherry. If you, I don't work for a living. If you have any questions, make sure they're in all caps.
Yeah. My mama might be watching. I better call you ma'am.
Well, that's okay. We talked to Jason from Big Bear this afternoon, and this weekend was Ladessa's birthday.
Okay.
And he left the phone for a minute, and Ladessa came over and was talking to Daryl, and it was yes sir, no sir, and then
Drives me nuts.
yeah, and I said happy birthday, Ladessa, and she goes, thank you. You could tell she wasn't sure what to say because she was saying yes sir, and she goes, thank you, and I think Carol was in the background saying ma'am. We're trying to get them just call us Nana and Papa. I mean, we've been there long enough. We're just, they're grandparents from Ohio.
Speaking of being, Ohio and where you're from, we're going to be heading up that way come this weekend for the harvest celebration.
Yep.
Not quite to Ohio, but to Kentucky to see to see Jen and Zach and the harvest celebration there. So really excited about that. We're actually going to be guest speakers to start the conference with. So we were very, very honored when Zach and Jen said, hey, will you please speak at our conference or whatever. And I think the world of Zach and Jen. Just in this whole community, there's people that you meet in this community on the internet, and you feel like you're family. Mm-hmm. And so when I now I'm going to have a chance to meet a lot of these people. We are going to
put some faces to the names.
Right, yeah. And it's going to be awesome to hug necks. I'm a neck hugger.
We're huggers.
Oh yeah,
so it's really going. So if you haven't already made plans to get to the harvest celebration, you need to do so because it's going to be a pretty awesome event.
When the first time we met the Stivers, and I think that was their first meetup was in March at Deep South Homestead Gathering in Wiggins, Mississippi. Right. And it was Friday night, the night before the meetup, and we're all in the breakfast room of the hotel. And Daryl's setting up the live stream so everybody could sit there and chat. And at the table next to us was a young couple and one of their mothers. I thought I sort of knew who they were. And two little kids. Well, I had a box full of goodies for the kids.
Oh, Lord.
So just imagine that,
Yeah, she travels with that.
Yeah, I do, honest. And I walked over and I said, introduced myself, and I said, hi, I'm Sherry, and Ray Lynn was just sort of, she had these glasses, little blue glasses, and you could tell she was looking up over her glasses, and Wyatt's not sure what to make of me. And I said, here, would you like anything out of here? And that sort of, warmed them up to everybody.
Sure.
So, and that was also the night because Jess and Maya came from Roots and Refuge, and it was Toby's birthday. And we had bought him a birthday cake, and we had candles and a present. So we did the whole schmear for him too. So it was great knowing that we met them on their first time at a meetup, and we've been friends. We've been friends ever since.
Well, who was it that coined the term meeting them? It's like meeting them in 3D.
They're not on Case.
Case. Yeah.
Case. Yeah. they're not on YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
And,
They just coined the term, though, that when you meet somebody in person, it's like meeting them in 3D.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
You're right,
Yeah.
Stivers. We were so nervous at that event. Sherry and the Broussards was the first folks we met. Yeah, Brett was there.
Yeah.
Brett was there
Well, that's good
that
people
night.
to meet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. We're planning on going to that one too in March. We've already signed up to go.
Awesome.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we've been going to that since they started it.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Yeah. The first time we walked in, because I told Wanda, I said, we can't make it. I said, it's too far. It was a 14-hour drive. We can't afford it. Blah, blah, blah. So she didn't think we were coming. Well, we got there 2 days before, and we walked into Walmart and was shopping, and Daryl found those stupid, the animal heads that they have out now at Halloween.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
So he bought me a rabbit head, and he had a rabbit, and Daryl has a raccoon head. We had to have somebody lead us into the building, and they didn't know. And we walked in, and Wanda said, "Who are you?" And I'm going, "Can't talk." They know who we were. And Elizabeth, B Lady Apiary, says, "I know who you are." And I looked at her, and I go, and she goes, "I don't know." That was also the first time we met Brenda, Duncan 1900,
Yeah.
Brenda and her husband. And then all of a sudden, Danny says, "I know who it is. That's Daryl and Sherry. He's the only guy that'll wear shorts and a T-shirt and suspenders in March in Mississippi."
Yeah, that's true.
us. You've never seen those heads, Jason? They're sort of like the ones you and Blaze tried on at Walmart that Robin did the video. They're in the camper. Remind us.
Hey, and I'm sorry about if you're watching this and I keep looking down. Our chat is below the screen, so
That's
right.
I'm trying.
Yeah. That's why my eyes. It's not that I'm sleeping because the camera's here, but the monitor's down here. So yeah.
I know. Larry from Heaven Gates asked. No, Larry, that's my Mahindra hat. For those of you that don't know about our channel, our channel.
Somebody doesn't know about your channel?
Yeah. So we're trying to get to 5,000 before our 1 year anniversary. So if you haven't subscribed, please go over there and subscribe. But
October seems to be the magic month.
yeah, maybe we'll hit 5K in October, and maybe Gina will get pregnant. So.
No.
Not touching that one.
Oh Lord, mute button. Where's the mute button? But I tell you, it's no, we do a bunch of tractor videos with the Mahindra, and I'm a rookie tractor owner, so I really try to show what I'm learning about to people who maybe want to learn the same things. And we also do. Gina does all our gardening stuff, and so we do. Some garden video. We did a couple tiller videos, some raised bed videos. Nowhere near as cool as Rockin' Seas, but we did some raised bed videos. But our and we have, I don't know if you can see it kind of in the background a little bit, but we've turned a hay barn into our house, and that's really our Instagram side of the house. Of course we're on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. But it was a hay barn. And how long did it take us?
2 years.
It took 2 years to turn this thing into our house. And we
did it all ourselves.
Yeah,
except for the plumbing and the HVAC.
Yeah, and in our particular county, you have to have licensed people do that work. And since we didn't have the mechanical license to do that, but I will tell you another funny story. I was the county administrator when we moved here to this county, and the last thing I did before I left the county was hire the building inspector. And so I told him, I said, "Listen,
we're about to begin.
There's a catch."
You really want this job?
I like that. There's a catch to this job.
Yeah. So, you may not see exactly 90-degree angles, but just go with it. So, and then another thing that we on our live streams, I drink a lot of Diet Mountain Dew.
Yes.
And so
it gets very hyper.
You'll see me get all hyped up
I
on some Diet
apologize
Mountain
in
Dew.
advance.
But anyway, let me down here. Anybody? Let's see. Yeah, join the chat. Hello.
Oh, there's Sydney. Hey, Sydney.
So are you all originally from the South?
So I'm originally from this area, from Panama City, and Hank is from the Charlotte area, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Up there where
And so when
they
they-
race the cars.
Well, when as we were growing up, actually that's how they teach you to count. 1, 2, Earnhardt, 4, 5. So I know all about that. Yeah. So. Oh man, but yeah, I've been to a lot of NASCAR races, and you know what? We talk about our channel all the time. Gina's always cracking up, man. She's like, "You sound like a NASCAR driver when you're talking about your, on your channel." Because I'm like, "You got the Mahindra 4540 over here with a song," and she was like, "Why do you give nomenclature for every single thing that you do?" And I was like, "Hey, that's another one." So we got vernacular
And nomenclature.
And nomenclature. We're doing good tonight, man. We got.
Oh my!
Listen, we got 3 more. We got 3 more big words we can use on this live stream. Then we're spent. We don't have any more.
God, and all you had to do was say NASCAR and racing, and you have a buddy right here at Daryl, because he used to.
All right. Yeah. I was a big Harry Gant fan growing up, and then when he retired, I started liking Jeff Gordon. And then when he retired, I just ain't we just ain't watched it after that. But
Yeah, it's definitely not like it used to be.
I'm from the Gas House. That's right. Monica and John Michael. That's where we're from. The Gas House. So
Naked Diver said you should race tractors.
Hey, don't give me the idea.
Yeah, really.
Denny says you should race the tractors.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit more about your farm.
Okay, we have. Go ahead. You talk now.
Can I really?
Yeah.
He's just a little bit hyper.
It's the night Mountain Dew. I'm telling you.
I warned you. But so we met when he was in the Air Force, and I moved away from this area, and then we ended up back in the area when we retired. And it was always our dream to retire in Destin. If anybody knows where that area is, it's beautiful. The beaches are like amazing. So we bought a house, and that was our plan. Well, then things changed. God had other plans. Long story short, we ended up selling our house at the beach and bought 75 acres. It was an old farm. The gentleman had passed away, sat vacant for 9 years, I believe. So everything was like grown over. You couldn't even really tell what everything was. And we ended up moving to this place and just fell in love with it. And we have big plans. It's probably a 5-year plan.
Yeah, at least.
So the first thing we had to do is it had like a little small 1,000 square foot home, and then it had another little like cabin, and then it had the big hay barn. So the first thing I did was like, okay, we are turning the barn into our home. And so we spent the first 2 years literally working day and night and made this dream come to reality. And so my grandmother lives with us. She's 95. She's from Cuba. And so she was living in the little cabin. We were living in the little house. And so then when the barn finished, we all moved back in together. And then we turned the house into a barn.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
So people think we're crazy.
We turned a barn into a house and a house into a barn. Makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm just like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's what I do.
Yeah. And so we have a guest house, an actual animal barn with, I have mini pigs.
There's videos on that on our YouTube channel.
Mini pigs and chickens and dwarf bunnies. And then we live in the big house barn.
You have videos besides tractor videos? You have videos. You have videos besides tractor videos?
You believe that, right? So, but it's funny because when we started our YouTube channel 11 months ago, we were still trying to find our niche or our niche or whatever, however you want to pronounce that. But and so we would do on Sunday mornings. I would do my Sunday morning marriage advice, which was a little 3-minute spiel about how
he's a big jokester.
It was a big no, and then we would do some farmhouse videos, and then some garden videos, and then some tractor videos. Well, the tractor videos is really what took off.
Right.
And so we do, we look at it. There's kind of 3 classes of videos that we like to do. Number one is we like to do videos for general consumption. I mean, anybody on YouTube finds us, watches our video. Number 2, we like to do specific videos for a group, and that's our farmhouse videos inside our Barndominium. And then 3, I just do whatever I want to, and which is and that's really I've kind of dropped off that because you really want to kind of narrow down to your specific niche.
What do you say?
What do y'all say? Sherry, what do you say?
I say niche.
Niche.
I say niche as well.
I said tonight I'm going to say niche.
Okay.
It's not nice.
So our niche, we don't want to get too broad and too where we, you cast too wide of a net, you don't catch any fish. But so we didn't want to shotgun the videos out there. So.
Well, there is a question. Oh, Overlook Valley. Do y'all have gas heat in the house? Figured you'd get a deal on gas.
No,
we have electric.
Yeah, and we hardly ever turn it on.
So we live in Florida, but it is North Florida. Like we're literally an hour from the Alabama state line.
So it gets all the way down to 40.
We do get in the 20s, like February.
2 days.
But literally, just don't hold your breath because the next day or two it'll be back in the 80s. So this summer it was very, very hot. We had a very hot summer.
Yeah.
I go archery season just opened Saturday, and it's just too hot to hunt. I won't go deer hunting until February is when I'll go because you just go out there and you just sweat like crazy, and if you hunt like I do, you don't see nothing. So
that's because he can't sit still.
I can see that. There's a suggestion that you should get his and hers tractors and have a tractor pull.
Oh, there you go.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
But you know what? I mean, seriously, if I had another tractor or another brand and I pulled it with the Mahindra would just pull it right off the. It wouldn't be a competition really because that Mahindra's a beast. I do like the Mahindra brand. It's a solid tractor, and that's why when we started making our videos, I was like, man, this is a really cool tractor, man. I think, and so we just wanted to learn as much about it as possible and compare, Yeah,
because literally when we moved up here, we knew nothing about homesteading.
Mm-mm.
We knew nothing about my grandfather, was a gardener, but, I was a kid. I just had to go pick peas when I got in trouble or something, So we literally, it was just like trial and error. A lot of reading. I bought books, we watched videos or, whatnot, and basically just were like self-taught.
Yeah.
So.
But the good thing about, Gina mentioned earlier that her grandmother lives with us, and she could grow a turd. You know what I mean? She's
got green thumb.
Yeah, she plants something, it's going to grow, and
so she's taught me a lot.
Yeah, she's helped out a lot. So. I think Rock and C, you talked about that being late. If you were talking about the deer season, they rut late January
February.
Yeah.
Autumn Oaks Farm, hello from another vet. Question on your soil type. What is soil type in your area?
Yes, we have sandy loam here. It's very, a lot of sand, some clay. So. Yeah,
because we're close enough to the beach to get that. And close enough to Alabama to get the clay.
Yeah, so we're kind of like in between.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of box beds for that reason. So.
Yeah. Yeah, sure enough.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's smudge out and get a trivia question started here. What do you think?
Okay.
Sounds good. About
All
time.
right. You guys get to take a break, rejuvenate your Mountain Dew, and.
Okay.
My water.
Well, hi folks, it's trivia time again, and we have to have some rules for this, so they are as follows. Number 1, you can only win once every 4 weeks. Number 2, you must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it appears embedded on the screen here. Your chat window may have a different order. And number 3, you have to send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address so we know where to send your winnings. Good luck.
All right.
Jason.
Let me just. I know we have some new folks out here tonight. So the way we do the trivia thing is we ask you a question that the guests have supplied to us. And the first one to type the correct answer in the chat window that you see embedded on the screen is the winner. So tonight's prize is
Seeds from Baker Creek.
Baker Creek seeds.
He caught me off guard because I didn't think about it.
So anyway, you get some seeds from Baker Creek. And the official order of chat is...
Linda, thank you. I will go ahead and change that.
Is what you see on the screen. The your order of chat at your computer, your phone, whatever, can and is different than what you see on the screen. So this is the official order. This is what we will go by. So our first question tonight is... What brand tractor does Hank drive?
I know they just have to put their thinking cap on with this one. Because we already had like 5 answers before he read the question. Yeah. Yeah, it's like
There we go.
Mark from Overlook Valley Homestead.
Overlook Valley Homestead.
Oh, maybe it's Sarah, but I'm pretty sure it's Mark.
All right. So, Mark, send us an email to familyhomestead@gmail.com. Give us your mailing address, and we'll get those out to you.
Winner.
Chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner. That's right.
Okay, we've opened up the
Dodge. Yeah, that's it, Jessica.
opened up the phone lines.
Yeah, I heard Ahmed is out of town.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Uh-huh.
So
Ford. There you go.
the way this works as far as calling in, folks, is there's 2 different numbers you can call. You have to enter a meeting number. You'll be placed in a room on hold. Your call will be muted. As you come into the room, I can then admit you into the chat here one at a time, and feel free to ask a question, say hi to our guests, ask them how they're doing, or why in the heck does he like a Mahindra tractor instead of something else?
Rocky C just said it should be a Kubota.
Should be a Kubota. Well,
Not everybody makes wise decisions.
so anyway, the numbers are there, and you do have to have your YouTube muted. All right, we got that out of the way. So back.
So at the meetup on Saturday, you're one of the speakers. What are you speaking about?
So we thought about, we're driving up Friday, so we'll probably figure it out then. But
He's kidding.
no,
Wait a minute. Let me get my feet up on the bottom of my chair. Get my boots on.
We really want to talk about how to transition out of a full-time career into homesteading.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what we're going to touch on, and we're going to kind of just tell our story of how it went and what some things you need to be prepared for, and some things that, some unexpected things.
Expectations.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be kind of the main
Cool.
thread that we weave through that fabric there.
Cool. I heard a ding dong.
Okay, we have somebody that has called in.
I'm afraid for you to answer it. I really am.
I have an idea. I might know who this is. Hello. Hello.
Hello, my friend. It's Rashim Ahmed.
I knew it.
Allah Akbar.
I am so excited tonight. Very nice to see a guest on the show. He has worse accent than me.
I thought you were out of town.
Wait.
I call you from location.
I see that you have a cell phone then.
Hey Ahmed, do they when we were chasing you guys over there, did you guys ever stop and watch our YouTube channel while you was running from us?
Oh no, we never ran from Air Force, just Marines. Alphonse, you aim high, shoot low.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah. Oh, mercy. What you got, Ahmed?
If I would have known he was going to call in, I would have had a Kleenex ready. I was crying last week.
It's so funny.
Him and his Vietnamese neighbor.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh no. No. We don't want to talk about the neighbor today. No, don't talk about the neighbor today.
Don't talk about the neighbor and the cow.
No, we don't want to talk about the neighbor and the cow.
Okay.
No, that brings back bad memories. Try to talk to the neighbor, he like, oh, sorry. The bull get out of fence and get in your pasture. I must cut your fence to get a bull back. And then he go and don't help fix fence back. I don't understand it.
Hey, Ahmed, are you planning on making the harvest celebration?
No, unfortunately, how can I say?
Too busy planting bombs somewhere?
Yeah, that was. I said I don't want to be on watch list, so I have to be very careful what I say.
You on the watch list, can't make it?
Yeah, the FBI are checking up
Speaking
on him.
of watch list, we've got a playlist on the...
Me and Alphonse do not like Rashim. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Can you say how about you?
Can you say how about you in Arabic?
The boom.
How about you?
The boom. That means don't step right there or it be bad day.
Yeah, that's right.
So since both of you have farms, are you compare notes as far as what animals you each have and?
Oh, what do you mean? Since both of us are foreign, what?
Farms.
What kind of question is that, man?
Or you don't have a farm?
Ahmed would have camels.
Yeah, he would have camels.
They have camels in the Middle East.
And goats. I love my goats. That's for a different show, different rating.
Speaking of goats, Rock and C Homestead makes a lot of good goat videos. If you ain't seen some of his videos, I like to watch Lance. Last week. Lance was trying to catch the male and the female to get some goat things going on. You know what I mean? And I like that. Lance, if you're still on here, that was a good video.
It was
man.
entertaining.
Very entertaining.
Ahmed can't go because he has many wives and a Honda Civic. Oh my God!
No, we saw the Civic and got a Yugo.
I don't understand what is happening.
They still make those, Ahmed?
Calhoun County at the moment. Bad day indeed. Ahmed can't do it. Oh, I see the chat there now. Yeah.
Oh. Got quiet.
It did get quiet. I'm afraid to say anything.
Anybody else calling? Take care, Ahmed.
Just don't press 9 on cellular phone. I have bad day.
Don't press
Then I have to go work for Jeff Dunham.
Oh, are you the one that sits on his lap?
No, not yet. But if you press 9, I will be.
Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm kind of curious. Down in Florida, there, what all animals do you have on your farm?
So I have animals. Hank does not.
By the way, we don't have animals that we eat.
Yeah,
we only
it's
have
never
pets.
farm to table.
We only have we have a petting zoo. It's not a farm. It's a petting zoo.
Okay.
But I do have lots of chickens, so we eat eggs. But the rest of them are pets. They really are.
So,
we have mini pigs and dwarf bunnies and about 13 or 14 chickens.
Yeah. And the problem with, or not the problem, the reason why we don't have more animals is we don't have fencing on our property.
Right.
And so as soon
That's
as
part of the 5-year plan.
as soon as we get, because I want horses. I really want 4 horses, and so that me and Gina can ride with another couple. Because eventually we're going to want to host some type of marriage retreat or some type of a weekend getaway for people who just need to recharge their batteries in a safe environment, I guess you would say. And so I think you need 4 horses to do that with. And so we need to make a pasture. We started the process of making a pasture when we harvested a bunch of pine trees. We had some planted pines that we harvested.
73 truckloads, like semi-truckloads.
Yeah, it was
Pines.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
And but anyway, so we'll turn all that into pasture, and then we'll fence it, and
Get goats.
yeah, we'll get goats and horses. Not sure we'll go with cows, but we'll see. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. So, but if we do get cows, Gina will probably demand that they're going to be miniature cows, and they got to be fluffy, and they got to be.
So we have twin granddaughters, and so that is why we have pets.
But
BC.
yeah, so
Go ahead. Sorry.
our granddaughters are pork chop and butterbean, and so that's what
he calls.
that's what I call mine. So it's when I was deployed, I would always send them little silly stories, and it would be the adventures of pork chop and butterbean, and that was kind of, and this I was calling them pork chop butterbean before they were born. Yeah, before they were born. I said peanut butter and jelly. That's so thunder and lightning and all that's taken, So I want pork chop and butterbean.
That's cute. I like that. So BC Truck is asking you. He said, marriage retreat. Do I have to bring my wife? And can we go? Can we go at different times?
Yeah. Ideally, you'd want to bring both of them there. So, or both parties, I guess, need to be here. That didn't come out right.
No, I think both.
I'm just wondering what kind of marriage retreat he's got there with both wives.
Sounds like he's having Ahmed come.
Coming to you live from Utah.
Driving a Civic.
Yeah, driving a Civic, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
And I guess I didn't catch it, and being old, I have a short memory. Are you on the Gulf side or the Atlantic side?
The Gulf side.
Yeah, the Gulf side.
So they're the opposite side.
Yeah, they're up in the Panhandle.
Okay, they're the opposite side where my
We're
daughter is.
fortunate enough to go through Hurricane Michael. So Hank was actually out of town. He was hiking the Appalachian Trail. That's another side of Hank. He loves doing that. He loves hiking. And so he was actually gone with a friend hiking on the Appalachian Trail. And when he left the Saturday before the storm hit on Wednesday, it was literally a tropical depression down at the Yucatan. And so, I've lived here my whole life, and we just kind of gotten used to it, and didn't think much about it. Well, then it rapidly sped up through the Gulf, and here we are facing, a Category 5 storm, and I can't get a hold of him. I tried to call him. He had no service. So it was literally my grandmother and myself trying to buckle down the farm and get ready to ride this thing out. So it was quite an experience.
And it's weird because our area was just on the western edge of the storm, and literally 15 miles away from us, only got some high winds, no damage. And my buddy that I was with, his wife is from a place called Santa Rosa Beach, which is probably 40 miles west of us. And so he could talk to his wife, and she was like, "No, it's not bad at all," And so I'm thinking everything's cool. And man, you come down here, if you haven't seen pictures of Hurricane Michael, the destruction, the swath that it just took out, it's incredible. And then, as I'm driving closer and I'm getting through like Dothan, Alabama, and that area, and all the trees are just laid over, I'm like, people are starting to peel onions in the car, I'm like, man,
and so I was without power for 9 days, I think, here.
Wow.
And had no cell phone service, had no way of getting a hold of him. So he literally, they set up a website where you could look satellite imagery to check on your loved ones to see if their homes were still there.
Right.
And so that's what he did. He couldn't get a hold of me, so he looked on the satellite and saw that the barn was still here, our house was still here. So he knew we were fine.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But our daughter and her husband, they lost half their house.
Right, my parents' house.
Yeah, I mean, so we,
destroyed.
and it was really sad, but it really brought the community together. For if there, you can find the silver lining out of that, and it helped clear some of the trees off our 75-acre farm.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, we have another caller here.
All right, send it.
Go ahead, you're live.
What's happening?
What's happening?
How y'all doing tonight?
I know who this is.
How about you?
I even know who that is.
You even know who that is, Ahmed? Go ahead.
Yep, we know who that is.
Go ahead. I think he's still trying to figure out who you...
Where y'all at? No, this is Zach from Cybers Homestead. How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right tonight?
What's up, man? What are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. We are so pumped to meet you all this weekend, finally in person, or as in 3D, as we're kind of saying tonight. We're looking extremely forward to it. We're so happy that y'all are going to kick off the harvest celebration this weekend. But I did come with a question.
Yeah, sure, man. What you got?
So we both kind of have similar houses. Obviously, your all kind of blows ours out of the water.
No, we appreciate it. Thanks.
We are big pushers on it's more than just being outside. It's all about the house, too, and trying to be mortgage-free and all these different things. So one of the biggest questions we get is what is our biggest mistake or what would we do different with doing this kind of house? So I wanted to hear your all's answers from that. So you all have this amazing house, but if you could do it again, what's that one thing that we need to tell people to do differently?
Well, I've got a thought right off the top of my head. We didn't put any overhead lights in our loft, so it's kind of dark. Since we did it ourselves, I would pay more attention to detail, and not for like window trim and finishing and stuff like that, but like where the electrical outlets are placed, where the light switches are placed, and all that.
Yeah.
Because
in our laundry room,
Yeah.
you open the door and we put the light switch behind the door. I mean, who
Yeah.
does that?
Yeah. But we put the light switches on 6 months before that door got put on.
Right.
So, you're not thinking that, So if
just nail down a really solid plan. I think when we first started doing it ourselves, we were just so overwhelmed, and we would bounce from project to project and room to room, and then we finally said, you know what, we just need to be more focused and just do one room at a time.
Right.
And that's what we focused, doing one room at a time, and then that seemed to work better because you will get very overwhelmed and very discouraged after
right. Yeah.
24 months. Was like,
yeah, that's a good point because if we had to do it all over again, we'd hire a contractor. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
If we had to do it all over again, we would have started in a corner and just worked our way out, as opposed to. But when you buy like flooring and stuff, you start from one side of the house and work your way across if you're going to use flooring everywhere. So it's a little difficult to do in some things, but. If I had to do it all over again, I would have started in one corner. And ours is a remodel. Well, I wouldn't say a remodel.
Well, no, because we literally took it down to the studs.
Yeah, it was to the studs, but so starting with nothing, just and you pouring your own slab or whatever.
And I drew the plans, so
Yeah.
I mean we.
Talk about. I hope that answers your question, Zach. But but starting with a funny story. I've got one or two funny stories. But if you, she said taking it down to the studs, right? She wasn't talking about me. I'm not the stud she was talking about. But what I'm talking about was the 2x4s that line the walls. But anyway, so I was nailing siding to the exterior siding on the studs. Well, we had already purchased our side-by-side refrigerator that goes into our kitchen, but we had it kind of tucked off on the other side of the house, because you know how it is. You've got tools everywhere. Well, I put my nail gun and I said, "Pow!" and I heard pow, dink, and I was like, "What was that?" And I was like, "Pow, dink," and I was like,
and then he hears me scream,
"Oh,
"Stop!"
and I
Shooting our refrigerator with the nail gun.
I missed a stud with the nail gun, and I'm shooting this thing, across the room, and now I've got these 2 little dings in our refrigerator.
It's character.
That's character. It's very characteristic. Yeah.
He nailed
I'll
it.
tell you this.
I'm telling you, man, it was crazy. I was like, "What's that? I'm hitting, man. There's not metal in this wall. What's going on here?"
I will say this: if you're going to, do a project like this yourselves, when you first start out and you think, okay, well, I've got this budget, you're always going to run out of money toward the end. So, leave yourself a buffer. And
Yeah.
I tell you what, I was a frugal shopper.
Sure.
I shopped thrift stores. I shopped Habitat for Humanity resale stores. I shopped all kind of places like that, and just started, in the beginning stages, started buying up appliances and finding those good deals. And in the end, it paid off because we literally we were just under our budget by $15.
Yeah, $15
Wow.
bucks. We came in under
We did it.
$15.
Good Lord.
And she's a meticulous note taker as
Oh,
far
yeah.
as the receipts go.
Mhm.
And yeah, because I actually had to pay a guy $5 extra for a receipt to say what I actually paid for the nail gun that I bought. So I was like, just put $200 on there, man. So, but anyway, yeah, I was.
Does that answer your question?
Hey, Sydney, let me tell you something. Naked gardener, Sydney. Anyway, that's yeah. So, but it was quite the experience to go through. We wrote a book called Fake Finances and Friendship that we wrote when we finished it up right as newlyweds. But we said we were going to make another book called We Made It. And it's kind of a play on words there about we made the house plus we survived our marriage going through the remodel process. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. Literally, Gina's the design and the really the mechanical approach to it. I literally just put nails in the wood. So sometimes I miss.
You tried.
But literally, I just laid the hammer and the saw to it. And Gina was like, "Put this board here, put that board there," and I was like, "Okay," So.
What's
Okay.
what's the
So two
homestead we
things.
visited?
One.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I think
Zach's
we're
still
gonna
on. I'm
do-
sorry,
I-
Zach.
What's the
I know. I was like, is that
I'm still here.
You keep talking.
The pole barn?
Oh, pardon that?
Pine knot.
Go ahead, Zach.
So two things. One, we are going to need to extend your time from 45 minutes.
Like
Nah, dude,
the first 4 hours,
Mountain Dew with me.
Zach, possibly
You know
the
what?
first
The
the
entire
first 4
event
hours.
is just Hank and Gina.
Yeah.
The Hank and Gina show.
I'm gonna have him MC the live stream.
Yeah.
Yes, you're good from there. But secondly, seriously, y'all hit the nail on the head.
No.
Especially when you go to the electrical.
It was the refrigerator.
Yeah. It wasn't his head.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you hit the nail on the refrigerator.
Hey, I'm gonna steal that one, Zach.
God, his face is matching his
you're
hat.
so right. You're so right on the electrical because I did all of our electrical in our house, and then I'm placing all these electrical outlets in places. I'm like, this is where they need to be, and then we started putting furniture around. I'm like, well, we're just covering up half the outlets that we did. And I have quite the funny story with getting electrocuted from an AC on a 220.
jeez.
It wasn't funny at the time, but I think
No.
anybody that's doing this, you're going to get a touch on a hot wire. So just go ahead and expect that in some form or fashion. But yes, you all did answer the question. I appreciate it. We love you all. I'm still
Love y'all
here.
too. We're
We
looking forward to
waited.
it.
And we will see you all this weekend. We absolutely
Yeah.
cannot wait.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna tell you, Zach. People are usually shocked when they find out I'm not an electrician.
Right.
I'll let you chew on that one for a minute.
But bum.
I got it. It didn't take long.
Have mercy.
All right, y'all have a good night. We'll see you in the chat.
Take care, buddy. Look forward to it,
Take
man.
care, Zach.
Okay, well, just
They're
remind
such good
everybody
people.
the phone lines are open, and we have more than one caller at a time, so feel free to call in.
Yeah, we can have a
Yeah,
party
yeah.
line going.
Yes, we can.
Do what? What's that, Miss Sharon?
I said we could have a party line going.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see.
Let's have some more questions.
Yeah. Don't give. Hey, Sydney, easy, Sydney. I'm really surprised that Sydney, the naked gardener, didn't win the ball cap because
He always wins stuff on our lives.
yeah, I don't
we
even.
had to ban him one time.
I was like, Sydney, you cannot win anymore, okay? So, but anyway, but yeah, we have so much fun down here. It's like this all the time, and
He even talks in his sleep.
and but it's a lot of fun, and once we got comfortable, since we're on talking about YouTube channels, or we're on YouTube, when we were starting our YouTube channell, if you watch some of our first 3-4 months on our channel, we're like,
So
hey,
stiff.
welcome, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what in the world? And because it just wasn't who we were at all.
No.
And then we got more. Then my buddy. So how about you, right? So my buddy Bryson Lee, who is the CEO of Wahoo Water, said, "Dude, every time we talk, you're like, hey, you say, how about you? How come you don't say that in your videos?" And I was like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I should start. And so the first one, and I think you put this in your promo, Daryl, if I'm not mistaken, is I'm like, how about you?
Yes,
Welcome to
I did.
Hamiltonville Farm. Well, it's still kind of dull and boring, right? And but now you get loosened up a little bit, get a little Diet Mountain Dew in you, and then all of a sudden you can be like, how about you? And that's really how it comes across. So. It's worked out pretty. The T-shirts sell like crazy, man. We've sold so many "How About You" T-shirts. It's insane. So,
You've been asked, when do you go live?
we try to go Wednesday night at 7:30 Central, but we're very hesitant to commit to that though because we're so busy. I mean, we're so busy, and we would just hate to have to cancel a lot of times.
But we usually post it on our social media pages. Hey, we're going live tomorrow night or tonight or whatever. So
Yeah.
But we've been pretty consistent with Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
The Naked Gardener said that he had to unsubscribe to their channel because of that.
Oh, Sydney. Hopefully, I get to meet Sydney here soon. I think he's in our neck of the woods. He's, we me and him are military brethren. Yeah.
How is the new stump bucket working out, and when will you be posting a video with it?
Oh yeah, the stump bucket is awesome, Terry, and it's really it actually comes out tomorrow. The first one comes out tomorrow, and it's really so we done a pine stump. We done the overview of the stump bucket, and then we did a pine tree and then an oak tree, and so those 3 videos will come out over the next week or so. And then when we get back, we'll have some different videos, but or back from Kentucky, we'll have some different videos there. But no, it works out great. And I tell you, if I could just brag on Gina a little bit, I love you. She's the best camera woman, right? And so she's, I really think that's why our YouTube channel is growing a lot, or really fast, because a lot of YouTubers out there. And it's no fault of their own, mind you.
Or not that it's a bad thing.
Or not that it's a bad thing. It's tripods and selfie sticks, And but we're fortunate enough where we're in a situation where we're both retired. We're both we don't have jobs because we are retired, and we can commit, both of us. And we both have bought into this YouTube journey. And so she's on our camera, and it gives people a different perspective, a different camera angle. I'm telling you, you watch some of these videos where we're using like implements that box blade driveways and to dig up stuff, and dust is going around everywhere. Bless her heart, she's back there, and she's all like, and I'm having to edit out all her coughing and stuff from all the dirt and dust. But she's a trooper, and I think it's really good that both of us have bought into this, and we're trying to make this successful as possible. And I think that's why we should hit our 5,000 before our 1 year mark.
Well, you've got
because
you got some people in here saying that your videos are done well. We've had a question here. Where can you purchase the How About You shirts? I'm sure.
I just put the link.
Okay, so
I put the link, and they are at 4.38 thousand subscribers.
So if you type guest in the chat, Smudge will give you a link to their channel, and if you're not subscribed, it's going to ask you to subscribe. So
yeah, please do.
Yeah.
we think it's a good idea to do that, but we're not telling you what to do.
Yeah. If you don't, hey, listen. With that being said, if you don't like the videos, don't subscribe. Because it may not be for you. We don't take that stuff personal at all. There's like the Naked Gardener, for example. I don't like his videos. But, Cindy, I'm just seeing if you're still listening.
He really is going to unsubscribe from you now.
And that's the thing about our community. It's awesome because there's so much good content in our community that you could just watch. I mean, you could watch videos all day long, all day, every day, and watch good videos all day, every day.
Right.
But we don't get, we don't get offended or nothing like that if people subscribe, unsubscribe, or whatever. But we would love for you to come subscribe and watch the videos, because that's obviously why people get into YouTube. Is to share their content. Yeah.
Okay, we have another caller here. Go ahead, you're live.
Hello there. I know you don't know who this is.
Well, how about you?
How about you? I'll see you Saturday. This is Grammy Karen.
Yeah, Grammy Karen. I can't wait to hug you.
Yeah. We're looking forward to it.
Good.
That's Jen's mom.
Do we need to have a lot of Diet Mountain Dew for you?
No, we're bringing our own. We're bringing our own. Yeah, we're bringing our own.
All right.
He
I
wants
didn't
you
get
to
that
be
case
some
of books you
kale.
were sending.
Gravy Karen, he wants kale.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, I can make a mean kale chip.
Yeah.
We can hook you up.
We can make a kale smoothie just for Naked Gardener.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I get. You throw some
Put
ranch
it in that
dressing
Mountain
on it.
Dew bottle.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to it. I hope y'all have a safe trip and can't wait to see you. But you're not going to talk about tractors, right?
No. Well, if it comes up, Gina will, give me the old elbow in the rib there.
All right,
the
then.
thing on the throat where it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
shut up.
big hook. Daryl will have one of them big hooks, like shepherd's hook on the side, pull me off the stage.
Yeah, we got a big shepherd's hook. It'll be great. Everybody's thrilled and excited, and
Not more than us. We're just excited because we get to meet all these wonderful people for the first time, and it's just it's super exciting, when you can see, because we frequent the Stivers and Two Family and other live streams often, and you see these people, you really develop a relationship with these people through this online form, and it's pretty cool to be able to meet them in 3D.
That's
it is. I agree.
But
It's like you already know each other. You just
Yeah, that's
haven't
right.
met in
So-
person, but I know you, so.
Yeah, and by the time you do meet in person, it's like you've already known each other for years.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
My
Great
grandma was real
community.
good
Glad
about
to be a
giving us
part of
money every
it.
time we met.
I didn't catch that.
She didn't catch that, Hank.
Oh, listen, I'm messing with her.
I'll have to replay it.
I don't know what to say about that, Nick.
That's
Hey,
right, Thomas
Daryl and
Schmidt. That would
Terry.
be awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
We're looking forward to seeing you all too, and of course
Well,
Smudge. I said I'd babysit, but
But you're gonna be there, so you can't babysit.
Yeah.
okay, that's true. All right, we'll see everybody Friday or Saturday, whichever.
We'll
Yes,
see you
ma'am.
Friday,
We'll see you.
ma'am.
All right,
We,
take
uh,
care.
Bye.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
calling. Thanks for calling. Bye bye.
We've
You're
got some
welcome.
friends that we hang out with that they have a Saint Bernard as well. They were just here today, and such a beautiful dog. They're wonderful dogs.
And Smudge is just a tad spoiled.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Our dogs are too.
Thomas Smith says, "I don't need a kid cooler. I need a soda fountain with 4 Mountain Dew taps."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's right.
You would never sleep.
I haven't slept in 3 days.
Get one of those chocolate fountains.
Yeah.
Oh my
With
gosh.
Mountain Dew. They make don't they make a soda, like a soda spritzer
Yes,
or
a soda
soda
stream.
stream?
Soda stream. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we need to look into that. How come
Yeah.
we never looked into that?
We just gave ours to Jason and Robin
Oh, right on.
because I can't
Yeah, well,
I can't have carbonated drinks anymore. So
Oh, mercy.
why haven't
You know, it's funny. We joke around about it, but I have tried to cut back to 2 a day, and I haven't got there yet.
two liters?
Yeah, two.
2 liters, yeah.
So two of these a day.
Oh, okay.
Right? And so I've done 3 a couple days, but I haven't
But
quite.
see, he doesn't drink coffee. He's not a coffee
Yeah,
drinker.
not a coffee drinker.
Oh.
That's
And
what I drink in the
coffee,
morning.
So.
Daryl can drink a pot in the
coffee.
morning and a pot at night, and he can
Wow.
hit the pillow and he's sound asleep.
Yeah.
Same. Like tonight, I'm drinking this bottle. What is that? 16 ounces or whatever it is. I'm not sure. 20 ounces. And as soon as we go to bed tonight, I'll be snoring in 5 minutes.
That's Daryl. I don't know how you two do it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Military. It's the military. You can sleep anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mount-
well, let's,
Mountain Dew frosty machine.
Let's
There you
let's
go,
let's get
Rocking
the
City.
other trivia question going here. Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, hi, folks. It's trivia time again. And we have to have some rules for this, so they are as follows. Number 1, you can only win once every 4 weeks. Number 2, you must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it appears embedded on the screen here. Your chat window may have a different order. And number 3, you have to send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address so we know where to send your winnings. Good luck.
Okay, and let me just say once again, the official order of chat is what you see on the screen in front of you. It is not what you have on your computer in front of you. It's what you see in the screen embedded in the live chat here. So tonight's second question is, dum-dum. Everybody ready?
Go for it.
What branch of service did Hank serve in?
You should have put Henry, and then they would wonder who you were talking about. They go, who?
What branch of service did Hank serve in?
Quietness at Presbyterian Church.
There we go.
Season and Sprout.
Season,
Yeah, there you go.
Season and Sprout. Season and Sprout. Send us an email, please, twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Give us your mailing address, and we'll get your prize out to you.
And if you get me those addresses tonight, they will make it to the post office tomorrow because I have some kitchen boas that have to go out tomorrow.
BC Truck says chair force. I love it.
Okay, we'll leave the phone lines open here for a little bit longer. Couple other questions about your property down there. You've got 75 acres. Did I hear that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, and you have a petting farm.
Yep.
I mean, is it all agricultural type land, or do you have a lot of trees? How's the property made up?
Okay, so it's zoned agricultural, but we harvested all or most of the pine trees and left hardwoods. So we have some open areas, and then we have a lot of wooded area.
And we also have a natural gas pipeline that goes through the backside of our property.
Right.
And so you got this big swath of nice green grass that goes from Jacksonville to Texas, and literally I think it does, but or it goes from I think it goes from Jacksonville to maybe Mississippi, something like that. But I mean, it's a huge natural gas pipeline. Right. And funny story about that is when we first moved here, if you've never been around a natural gas pipeline, it's underground, obviously, but the gas will travel up and down that, like, you know, in sine waves going through this pipe. Well, as it hits the top of the pipe, it sounds like a helicopter
sometimes.
And it's like, do. Well, when we first moved in here, we were like, it's going to freaking blow.
Yeah, so
I'm like, Gina, put your cigarette out, man. This thing's going up in smoke, right? and so anyway.
I do not smoke.
Yeah. But,
no, but it like, we
freaked out.
I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a leak. It's like bubbling under the ground. So, like, I called the gas line company or whatever, whoever, the commission, and reported it, and he's like, no, ma'am.
Harmonic balancing.
He said it's you know, this is what it's called. It does this at times. You know, don't be alarmed.
But you hear it every time well, not every time, but 80% of the time you'll hear it.
Yeah, when you're up there. But it's like way up at the top.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, when you hear it for the first time, it really freaks you out. I mean, it sounds like a chopper in the distance.
Yeah, like a helicopter in the distance.
We can't hear it from the house,
no.
but yeah, we got some swamp. We got probably 5-10 acres of swamp somewhere around in there, which is good for deer. Yeah. The deer like to hang out in the swamp area.
And believe it or not, it's really hilly, so we're not flat here. We're about I think it's
112 foot.
Yeah,
112 foot. Yeah. Really hilly. I get tired walking up there. I'm out of breath when I get to the top of the hill.
How far are you from the coast?
We're 40 miles from the water.
40 miles from the water.
And it's literally 2 turns. One turn out my driveway and one turn onto the 4-lane. And down the road we go.
Carol's what, like 5 miles from the Atlantic?
Oh, not even that.
Not even 5 miles.
Yeah.
We were there for a week, and I couldn't get in the water once. They had red flags because it was right after the hurricane was there.
We do. Now, we moved from the beach. When we lived in Santa Rosa Beach, which was near Destin, we could ride our bikes. We could ride our bikes to the beach. And if you've never been to what they call the Emerald Coast, we have the world's most beautiful beaches. I mean, it's sugar white sand. The water's emerald green. Google some pictures of Destin and Panama City. It's just beautiful. Mm-hmm. And but we go to church on the beach. So we go every Thursday night for band practice, and Sundays, so twice a week we're going to
we're driving down there.
Yeah, we're driving down there. A minimum of twice a week because sometimes we go with our granddaughters. They live closer to the beach than we do, so we'll go pick them up and go hang out with them. And we have that, when you get close to the beach, it's real touristy, right? And so they have the big shopping centers, the big amusement parks, the movie theaters, stuff like that.
And the traffic, so it's always nice to come back home.
Okay, you've mentioned band a couple times. Mm-hmm. And so what do you play?
Are you serious, Darryl? I just told you the story how I met Gina.
He's old.
Yeah, I played the bass.
Bass.
I played the bass guitar.
He had to go out and buy it and do the YouTube. He had to learn how to play it because he lied his way into that date.
Exactly.
So let me ask you something, Sherry. What do you think about this? Did we start? Did I woo her, or did I, base our relationship on a pop?
You just schmoozed your way right in there.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, Hank. You did wonderful.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Somebody playing the bass, that's not normally where somebody starts. So I had the assumption that maybe he played other instruments.
Well, I think isn't that what Mark plays in Overlook Valley? I know Mark.
I think he did say something about the bass was his favorite instrument.
But he also plays
drums.
I
will say, I enjoy playing. I think I'm a halfway decent bass player. Our church runs 5,000, so we got a pretty decent band. But Gina sings like an angel, and I'm gonna put her on the spot. She's like, "Don't you dare!"
So you are bringing your bass this weekend?
Do I need to? I will. Heck
yes. Yeah. I'm sure we can.
bass solo.
Yeah.
Daryl does have speakers and whatever you need downstairs because my son used to be a DJ. So we bought all
I
the
ain't going to
equipment.
be up there by myself with the bass. I mean, that's that wouldn't be no fun. But heck yeah, man. Somebody bring some guitars and stuff. We'll join in.
Well, we'll try to get the word out.
Yeah, I do. We play with the Nashville number system here, which is a technique that instead of chords and stuff, a lot of musicians will transfer the chords to a number system, and that's how we play down here too. And so it's pretty common. It's pretty common throughout the kind of the music scene, I guess you'd say. But it was something else I was going to say about it. Oh yeah, I sing as well. I sing tenor. 10 or 12 notes different than what everybody else is singing. Oh, Lord have mercy. Listen, I couldn't carry a tune in the bucket. I like a dead cat over here. It's not good. It's not. I gotta. This just ain't happening. Lord have mercy. Who's J Love Adventures? Your husband plays bass. Right on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big. It's funny because when I was playing, I learned I love Motown, and so I learned some of the groovy.
That's odd, isn't it? You would never think that about him.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because my playlist on my Pandora or my Spotify, my playlist is Motown, hair bands, George Jones, the Bee Gees, and Elvis.
The Bee Gees? Really?
Just because.
Okay.
Yeah,
and we have another caller.
I use my voice. I'm a woman's man.
We have another caller. Who's calling, please?
It's Mark from Overlook Valley Homestead.
Wow, there's Mark.
Speak of a bass player. Go ahead.
How are you doing? It's a great live. I'm enjoying watching it.
Well,
hello to Hank and Gina.
We enjoy your lives too.
Yeah, thank y'all. I just have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
What made you want to start doing YouTube, and were you inspired by another channel?
Good question.
That is a great question. We didn't really know the answer to. I'll answer the second one first. No, we weren't inspired by another channel. So that was an easy one to answer. And the first one is what made us want. We literally got my tractor, and I think.
So we bought his tractor right after Hurricane Michael for cleanup because we had like so many trees down, it was ridiculous. I couldn't even get out the driveway. We had oak trees just everywhere. So he bought the tractor, and so he started just learning how to use the tractor literally at that time. And somebody told him like, hey, you're pretty good at this. You should make some like instructional videos on how on how to do this. And that's kind of like. He's like, yeah.
So we recorded the first video the day I took delivery of my tractor, and it was like 30 seconds long. And then it's just, it's in my nature. It's how I'm wired to try to figure it out. Like, okay, if I'm going to do this YouTube thing, how do I figure it out? And that's when we really dove into the algorithm, the statistics, the analytics, and all the stuff that Daryl talks about on his Tuesday Techs and all that stuff, how to make the channel banner, how to do thumbnails. I learned a lot from Daryl as I started out this YouTube process.
That's true.
And literally we would study what Daryl was saying and say, okay, let's try it this way, let's try it that way. And he hit 10,000. I've yet to hit 5,000. So I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't listened very good. But no. So I haven't. So no, we didn't get inspired by anybody, but once we got into it, we got into it. We just said, all right, we're going to jump in this. We're going to jump in the deep end. We're going to figure this out. And we started filming on our phones. And we started filming. And I bought like a $20 wireless mic. And went from there. And then now we still film some on our phone, but we use the Osmo Action, kind of like the GoPro now. And eventually I'll upgrade to some better cameras and all that stuff as we get deeper into it. But
we had the intentions on when we did our house.
Yeah.
We videoed the whole entire the
Yeah, we
2-year
documented it,
process,
yeah.
we documented everything on video, but we did it in
Vertical.
in vertical instead of horizontal. So that does not translate over onto YouTube. So, but we didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Because, I mean, literally, we would
Right.
have 2 years worth of
Worth
content,
Yeah.
but we didn't, but I filmed it all wrong.
Yeah.
And,
But it is there. We did
Yeah.
document every step of the way.
Mark, good luck. Congratulations on 1,000. That's pretty big milestone.
Yeah, we're excited about that. Thank y'all.
Yeah, you bet, man.
Daryl and Sherry, they're wonderful folks, and great mentors. They've helped us so much with our channel, and
Yes,
as so many more people that they have helped, and we appreciate them so much. I just want to
So
ask
let me
you
ask
one
you
more
something,
question.
Where at in Tennessee are you?
We're actually right on the Tennessee-Alabama state line,
Okay, all right.
Lincoln County.
Yeah,
There's
all
our
right.
county.
We just have a bunch of family in Western North Carolina, Bryson City, Cherokee. I was just kind of wondering if he's close to that.
Now we're like right center of Tennessee, the middle, so
Yeah,
right
yeah,
on the
Temple.
state line.
Due north of this.
Okay, are you shall live a farm homesteading life, and whose ideal was it to live this way? Yours or Gina's?
Yeah, it was Gina's, but I don't. We really thought about, okay, if we're going to buy this property, because originally we thought, okay, well, we'll buy it for hunting because we're big.
Right.
Both of us are big hunters. But then Gina was like, hey, well, we can grow our own vegetables and we can, have our own. We get the chickens to have our own eggs and that stuff. So,
Yeah, just, I read all these things about the food we eat and the food that you purchase from the grocery stores, and you just don't know what you're eating these days. You just have no
Exactly.
idea where they're coming from, how fresh it is, what pesticides or whatever.
Yep.
And I'm not like a huge naturalist where I have to have everything organic, but it just tastes better and there comes a large part of it is just a satisfaction of knowing that you grew it yourself, and it's something I want to teach my grandkids. I want to pass that on to them. I want them to love it too. When they do, they love to
they
help
help a
us.
lot.
And,
Yeah, they do.
And I don't know. It's just.
And we got to the point where, I don't think we'll ever get to a point where we'll have like a year's worth of food stored up or anything like that. Dan from Home in the Sticks, I think he's the
I
one
would
that
love to.
he coined the phrase half-steader, I think, is what Dan said at Home in the Sticks. But we do a lot of our own vegetables and a lot of our own greens, minus the kale.
No, I agree. I love kale.
But so it is nice where you walk outside and you say, okay, hey, we're gonna have go get a green pepper because we need it for the recipe we're gonna have, and you literally walked outside and plucked it from your own garden. It's really
And our weather
I
here.
love doing that.
Yeah, our weather.
All right, one
here
more
permits
thing.
us to
Have you guys thought about having solar power or alternate power on your property?
We did, but in Florida, you got to pay to tie into the grid, and you don't recoup your expenses for like 20 years.
Yeah, 'cause we did check into that for when we did the house.
Yeah, and so they charge you. You still pay a power bill. It's crazy because they charge you to tie into the grid, and then they charge you to access that grid. Now, it's not much. I mean, it's like $15, $20, but you're still paying that. And the cost of the panels for what we needed, it was literally going to be like a 20-year return on investment or something. And we just like, nah. But we're in the Sunshine State,
totally
so it would be literally,
Lots of sunshine.
yeah.
Well, thank you guys for letting me come on and ask some questions and learn some knowledge from you. And
Anytime, Mark.
really enjoy y'all's channel. And
Sure
y'all
wish
great
you were,
folks.
sure wish you were coming this
Shouldn't
weekend.
be any problem with y'all hitting your 5K before your 1 year.
Well, we appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. Tell your friends about us.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Good night.
Take care, Mark.
All right.
Okay, and Nick,
he's good. The reason I asked, I'm sorry, Daryl. The reason I asked where he was located because he sounds just like my cousin. Every time I watch my video, if I did, I was like, my other cousin. But no, that's why I was asking if he was kind of close to where, because they have the same accent and all that stuff. So.
Oh, well, he looks just
Luckily
like,
for me,
he
I
looks
don't
just
have
like
an
my
accent.
nephew. Yeah, and he looks just like my nephew. Honest to God, honest to God, the first time when I started watching him, it's like, and then when we met them in person, it's like, oh my gosh. And I took his picture and I immediately sent it to my sister. I said, Linda, who does this look like? Aaron.
That's funny.
I go, yeah, but it's not. It's wild.
okay, Naked Gardener asked a question back here a little ways. What mic do you use? Each mic I get breaks or is no good. So I don't know if that's directed toward you or toward us, but just to let you know, Naked Gardener, what we broadcast with here from our living room production area, we use Shure 58s, which is it's a plug-in power mic, and when we're most of our live streams on site, I use a Blue Yeti mic, so that's what we use.
Yeah, we literally bought $20 Bluetooth wireless mic from Amazon. I think it's called like K-pop or something. It's horrible. Don't buy it.
Yeah. So then we went to the Osmo, and it has like a built-in mic, and that seems to do really well for us right now. So.
Yeah, it's surprisingly it's really good. Because I was kind of concerned about as I look back on our YouTube growth, our video quality, as far as the video quality is getting better and it's pretty decent. The transitions are decent, the scenery, but I was worried about the audio. I still haven't, to my, you're your own worst critic, right? And I still think that our audio needs improving. And so I really want to get a camera that I can put a Rode shotgun mic in or something like that to capture better audio because I think that will make for a better viewing experience for the guys or gals that are watching the video. We could talk YouTube all. I'm telling you, Daryl, we talk YouTube all night.
Well, yeah, he says he bought 2 wireless mics on Amazon and they suck.
Yeah, ours does too.
Yeah, we don't even use that one anymore.
Hardly ever, I think the last time we used it, I forgot to, because you got to turn on the mic and the receiver.
Right.
And we did this whole episode and there was no sound.
I was like, are you kidding me?
We had to reshoot the whole entire thing again.
Yeah, you can only cut down a tree once.
And Noah's Ark, yes, his shirt does say "How about you?" and you can go to his channel. They got links on his channel there, so go
I'll
pick them up there.
I'll put the Teespring right here's the link for their Teespring store.
Yeah. Yeah, those shirts have done surprisingly well, and it's really cool to see it catch on, because we hashtag How About You in all our social media posts and all that, and it's really catching on. We're pretty excited about that. Yes, it does, no yeah, totally agree. Cool.
Well, actually, I think we're pretty well caught up.
I like the shirt. I remember, wasn't it on a Thursday night? The first time we chatted with them, or online, was one of our Thursday night channel shout-outs.
I think so.
I think your name came up on the wheel or something, because I remember, I think they did something with your little icon, their logo and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. Yeah, because I couldn't figure out how to get it into my channel banner. Yeah. Daryl helped me out with that.
Right. Daryl has this puzzled look on his face. It's like,
right,
yes, Daryl.
Well,
you did that.
I just, it seems like I work on so many different ones for me to remember.
Yeah. Yeah, we it's a simple logo. It's just a barn. It's the hay barn that we converted. And we really like the simplicity of the logo. That's why we chose that. The girl that made our logo is Gabby Champagne, and she's a little girl that goes to our church. And I say little girl, she's 20, but child to us, right? And
very talented
but
young
she's
lady.
super, super talented, and she does graphic design and stuff like that. And then sometimes she comes up here and helps us film because she's got such an eye behind the camera. And she loves being out here in country, and she loves doing videography, and so we really think the world of her, and we really appreciate what she did for our logo. But yeah, it's fun because when we did that shout out, when we did the spin the wheel thing, we were in that Thursday night live stream for several months, listening, watching, just absorbing everything that y'all were talking about. And if you've got, there's 56 people in here now watching. If those 56 people haven't been into that Thursday night live stream, and you're trying to make your channel grow, you need to jump in there on Thursday nights. And because Daryl and Miss Sherry will just really, really help you take things off. Because it's funny, Daryl, because somebody will ask the question like, how will I do that? And I'll answer it. I'll in my head or in not on chat, but I'll answer it like, oh yeah, you'll need to slide this over to the right or move it up a little bit, and then Daryl will be like, yeah, you slide it over to the right, move it up a little bit, and I was like, yeah. So it's but here's, you didn't ask me this question, but I'm gonna tell you what we get asked often is, what's the number one advice? What's the number one thing you would tell guys and gals starting YouTube channel? And so here's the two ways I answer that. Number one, think you're a big channel. Number two, don't think you're a big channel. All right? And what I mean by that is, think you're a big channel as far as your content, your quality of your audio, your video. Act like a big channel in that regards. Don't act like a big channel in your title and your thumbnail. Because what's going to happen is, well, not your thumbnails, but your titles. Because let's say the Stivers, right? Big channel. The Roots and Refuge, big channel. Weedham and Reef, big channel. They can say, wow, you're not going to believe this. And they're going to get 15,000 views on that video.
Yeah.
If you have 50 subscribers and you say, wow, you're not going to believe this, you're going to get 0 views. Because the algorithm is not, you're not ranking high enough yet to get that type of search, that SEO, that search engine optimization for that type of title. So use keyword research to title your videos appropriately so that you can rank higher, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely it does. I feel often that our channel is more of a springboard for other channels than it is for us.
Oh yeah, I would say so too, because you talk to people in the chat, you get people see, like I've seen other channels come up on the wheel, so I'll go check them out, and I like this channel a lot, and I'll subscribe to them or whatever. So and it is a springboard, but you've got to know how YouTube works if you want to be successful, or don't complain about it when you don't grow.
Don't go into it thinking money.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not at all.
Right.
Yeah, not at all.
No, not going to happen.
And I did see that we have somebody that did pop into the chat here we're going to have next week.
Oh yeah, who's that?
Well, next week.
Well, not him per se.
Well, he will probably join her.
Yeah.
But we're doing something a little bit different next week.
Uh-oh.
Instead of a quote-unquote homesteading channel,
Yep.
or a professional cook or comedian or we're going to have a young lady on that is a podcaster.
Oh, awesome.
And has interviewed very famous people.
That's awesome.
In her podcast, people like Mike Rowe.
What?
What's What was the name today? I read.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do it as soon as I.
Oh, Boris Karloff's daughter.
Yeah, Boris Karloff's daughter.
And Daryl goes, "Do you know who Boris Karloff is?" Frankenstein. Hello.
So
he had this blank look on his face.
Well, it surprised me.
And he's older than me.
It surprised me. You know, it's not your type of movie.
But everybody knows Boris Karloff. I don't care. It's horror.
And that's what I'm saying. And people from bands, just anyway. Juliet Miranda will be our guest next week, and her husband David, the producer. I saw him in the chat here just a little bit ago.
Yeah, he just got here.
That's awesome.
So that's going to be a real fun night. It should be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I bet that sounds interesting.
It's a whole little bit different niche from where we normally go, but
oh, there's that word again.
Yeah, you said niche.
Oh, yeah. I'm amazed.
Yeah, a niche.
You only did it because Hank said it earlier. He's copying you.
So Sydney asks a question. He wants to know what type of videos I like to watch. And so, Sydney, I am an Instagrammer. I have a pretty big following on Instagram, and that's kind of my niche. How do you say it? Niche.
Niche.
Yeah, so the
if you got a niche, scratch it.
That's right.
I showcase our home on Instagram, so I have like a following on there. I've already reached 5,000. I've surpassed Hank.
Yeah.
But so that's where I spend a lot of my spare time is doing my Instagram.
Yeah, because I'll drop a video and I'll be like, hey, because we got, I've got my YouTube account, Hamiltonville Farm at Gmail, and then she's got her Gmail account. And so I'm like, hey, did you watch the video I just dropped? I get to it in a minute. I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, I made it. What do you mean? Yeah, I've seen it. And I was like, you ain't seen it. You just met, that don't count. And so I have to go over and get the view and the thumbs up from her. Everybody does that. I think.
So there's the Hamiltonville Farm Life one. And,
right, that's his.
And here is Hamiltonville Farm.
Right. Go to the farm because that's where she does everything. I just changed it to that because I don't know why I changed it to Hamiltonville Farm Life, to be honest with you, but I'm just going to post video links is what I'm going to do. So,
we've been followers or viewers for a while now for both of them. So
yeah.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Then and we follow a bunch of those guys on Instagram as well and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think it's cool too because the two-family homestead smudges people. That's a great outlet that's another venue that we have found really good homesteading channels, and we've learned a ton of stuff by watching other people's videos. Mm-hmm. And hey, we'll want to plant something, or she'll want to plant something, or do something with the animals, and I'll be, oh, this channel just posted this video. Let's see, and then get that idea from that or whatever. Right. So there's that community. We keep talking about community often, but it's really cool to see how you can go into that two-family homestead, smudges people Facebook group and learn something from it. Not only share your content with other people, mm-hmm. but let's see. Oh, I see. So what Sydney's talking about right there, right? He says Gina has more followers. You can kick her videos off. So we used to have. Sid, I love you, brother. So we used to have Farmhouse Fridays, right? And so let's go back to the algorithm. So, so YouTube, you have your channel averages, right? And so we did, okay, you got 5,000 on Instagram. These people are going to love watching these videos about our barn remodel. No. And we get like 300 views on those videos. And it's unbelievable. And so, my tractor videos are getting 7, 10, 15, 30,000 views and 300. So it was bringing my channel averages down. And so I told Gene, I said, listen, I love you more than anything else in this world.
Stick to Instagram.
But I'm not going to do any more Farmhouse Fridays. And now, mind you, she was gone when I told her that. I didn't. Did you know we stopped doing those? I don't know.
Naked gardener.
I talk big when she ain't around. But no, it's and that's why it's Ike and Tina. That's funny. It's big will keep turning. You know.
Gotta have a comedian everywhere, don't you?
It's but it is. I mean, it just for some reason our farmhouse videos didn't translate on YouTube, and we couldn't figure it out. I did all my keyword research. I tagged them the way I thought. I titled them the way I thought, and it did nothing. And I was like, it's a lot of energy put into something that didn't do well for us.
Well, you mentioned a few minutes ago about our channel on Facebook, and then there's also the small YouTube Homesteaders channel. What I started this weekend, and I sort of started it, then I told Daryl about it. Is that what you're supposed to do, Gina? We learned from them, right? That we are going to shout out small channels on our live streams for there's going to be one channel per week, and 1,000 subscribers and under, helping them get up to the 1,000.
Great idea.
This week I started with Overlook Valley Farm, and I just started putting their stuff up today, and poof, this afternoon they got to 1,000.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So if anyone belongs to the small YouTube Homesteaders group or Two Family Homestead Smudges people on Facebook, there's a file in there, and if you're under 1,000 subscribers, put your name and your URL in there so I can go out and get it, and we will do a shout out every week with your channel name.
Well, and something else that we do is if a channel sends us their T-shirts, we'll wear them.
Or their hats.
I
won this. I won this one.
That way I don't have to keep buying new shirts all the time. People just send them to me.
And one of my I'm sure my 14-year-old granddaughter Celia is going to try and snitch this weekend. Because she loves the hats.
Yeah. I think that's wonderful what you're doing, because this is what I tell people: the internet's big enough for everybody. Right. So I'm not. People. I've talked to bigger channels, and I haven't asked any big channel for a shout out. Never have. But I can sense some of them don't want to help.
Right.
And I'm like, one, you were small too at one point, and two, it ain't like we're going to compete with each other. If I watch your channel, I'm probably still going to watch the other channel as well.
Yeah.
And so, I just don't understand that logic. But
no, I do not either.
Yeah, no, we got to this on our own.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a few that has mentioned us, but nothing where you can come back the next morning and we have 1,000 subscribers. No, we've done this on our own.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna shout out a channel every video. But there is a time and a place to help. Other creators. And what we've done is we really have been picky about who we shout out. Because if someone says, hey, I want you to shout me out or whatever, and it's only happened 10, 15 times or whatever, but I go look at that channel. They got 7 subscribers. They got 3 videos, and those 3 videos are 9 months ago, 5 months ago, and last and I'm like, I'm not gonna, until you're committed to it,
right?
You don't want to help those that don't help themselves, I guess, is one way to say it.
Yeah. What last month before, Mimsy's Garden, she sent us T-shirts. So that night on our live stream, Daryl had his on, and I went to go put mine on. And then as we're talking, I'm wondering why the name of her channel is on the back of his shirt. And mine was right here on my front. And then I go here I am on live stream, and I'm going like this, and I'm going, oh, I have it on backwards. I wanted to advertise her shirt. I had to get out of that one real
something
fast.
else too. Now that's another sweet lady. So.
Oh, Mimsy is wonderful. She's just a sweetheart. Hey, Ethan, how you doing?
Yeah, there's Allen Farm. But anyway, we are excited. When we were talking about channel growth, I don't know if we'll get to 5,000 before our 1 year mark. We're going to get really, really, really close. And it's a vanity number, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because you want views. That's what you want. You want views. And so if we get to 5,000, it's just, like I say, it would be cool to get it before your first year mark.
Mm-hmm.
And just to say, because sometimes people understand subscribers versus views. And, you're like, but, Daryl knows this. Subscribers don't pay. And you were talking about you're not in it for the money, but the more views you get, the more money you get. And, if it's $100 or $200, whatever. But so, you want people watching your videos. So that's the important part.
Hush, Jessica.
We need to label the front and the back. They have a tag.
Yeah, I saw it after I had it on. No, nobody knew. I could have kept my mouth shut. No, not me. I had to tell everybody.
Yeah, but we kind of modeled our T-shirts after, or our logo T-shirts after a fellow YouTuber. I mean, there's only so many design options you can have, right? But I like how Cotton Top's a buddy of mine. He's a logger out of Mississippi, and he put his, the little icons on the bottom, and we really liked how he did it there with that. So, but I like that Harvest Celebrate. I like the Stivers logo. The Stivers got a really cool logo.
The jar.
The jar. I like that one a lot. Yeah. There's one, Green Zebra.
Yes.
I like their logo too. That's a pretty cool looking logo. Bare Bottom Acres.
Oh, that one's great. I just love that one.
So there's some really, really good ones out there.
Well, it looks to me like you're probably going to hit your 5,000 by December.
Yeah, by December. Don't you speak that evil on me, man. We're hitting it in November.
November's your year, dear. We got to push them.
Yeah.
November 31st.
My assumption is we'll get a few at the Harvest Celebration. That's my assumption. Mm-hmm. And then we're growing right now. We're growing at 100 to 120 a week, and so if we're gonna get there before our 1 year anniversary, we're gonna have to get a little boost, but not a big one. But
do you have little business cards made up?
We do.
Bring them with you.
Yeah, don't forget them.
Sure. And make sure you hand them out.
Oh yeah. I'm a little shy though.
Put them on the table where the live stream will be.
So, funny story about handing cards out. We have a local rodeo here in our county, and Hank goes to the rodeo with 200 business cards in his pockets. And while I'm sitting watching the rodeo, he's out passing cards out to everybody at the rodeo.
Yeah. It's really cool though, because you hand them out to somebody and be like, oh yeah, we watch your channel. I was like, hey, that's all right there. So we done. This is another funny story. Have y'all, Mr. Daryl, Ms. Sherry, have y'all been spotted like shopping or anything like that?
Yes. Once, yes.
Yeah. And so we did too, right? It happened at Rural King.
Priceless.
Yeah. So we got spotted in the Rural King, right? And
in Alabama.
This guy keeps staring at me. I mean, he's like staring me down. And so I'm in the candy aisle. I mean, I'm in the tool aisle. And so I'm over there, and I just kind of look at him back, and I kind of nod. I was like, "How about you?" And he was like, "You too." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I knew it, dude." He goes, "I kept looking at you, and I was like, I know him from somewhere." And you said, "How about you?" And I was like, "That's him. That's the guy." And I was like, "Yeah, that's me, man." So it was comical, to see that happening.
When we were in Virginia at the HOA on Thursday, we went there early in the morning, and Daryl did some volunteering, and then we left. And Daryl thought, well, since Amy said we could have a table to do the live stream at. I told him, I said I was trying to look for a banner this past winter online to make. So he looked it up and found a place, and we went and talked to him, and for $60 they could do us a banner.
Right then
and there. So we gave him we gave him the information, and then I go, hey, I heard there's a Rural King that just opened up. So I looked it up, and it was literally around the corner. So
Mhm.
we pulled into the parking area, and Smudge was in the back seat. Pulled into the parking area. Now on the back of Daryl's pickup truck, we have the stickers that say it's Two Family
Yeah.
Homestead, Smudge's People, and Two Family Homestead with the YouTube logo. And we get out of the truck, and a guy comes up to Daryl, and he goes, I don't know what he was talking to Daryl about, but he said he was going to look us up and, check us out. So, yeah, well,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool, man. I've actually been to that Rural King. My last hike, the Appalachian Trail runs right behind that parking lot from the Rural King.
Yeah.
If you go, if you come out of that Rural King, right there, if you're talking about at Front Royal, there's like I think was it a Winn-Dixie? Maybe there's a supermarket of some sort.
Yeah, there's a supermarket there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Rural King is back in that corner, but yeah, right behind that. If you come out of that if you walk out of Rural King, take a right. The road down there on the right is the Appalachian Trail crosses right there, and so that's where we actually got the Uber driver to drop us off, and that's where we started our last hike. And I'm telling you, man, that Appalachian Trail is a beautiful place. And we hiked from Front Royal to Harper's Ferry.
So did you start clear up in New York?
No, we actually we've done section hikes, but we start at Springer Mountain, Georgia, and so we've done most of Georgia, most of North Carolina. We've done most of the South,
Okay.
and so we started working on the northern states.
When he says we, he's talking about him and his friend.
Yeah, she's been a couple times.
Yeah, I did the Georgia section for a week with him.
Yeah. Listen, you want to start. This is why we're starting a marriage retreat, right? Because you want to talk about some things to go through as a married couple. Build a house together and camp together for 7 days in a tent, right? You think you stink after a day or two? Holy cow, man! You stink after about 4 days on the trail. So, but anyway, it's a lot of fun. And that Front Royal is a really, really nice place. I hate we missed the timing for the HOA, but it is what it is. But
yeah, we had the expo.
Yeah, we went to the Sunbelt Ag Expo at the same time, and so two trips are pretty hard for us to make.
Yeah, we've been going there since they started it, so. And it was, what, they figured 3,000 this year?
I think it's more now.
Yeah.
I would love to go.
Yeah, we may try to hit that one next year because we won't go. I doubt we'll. Well, I don't know when the dates will be, obviously, but they'll probably be same time frame.
October 10th and 11th, or 11th and 12th. It's always around the same time.
Yeah. And probably the Sunbelt Ag Expo is probably the same as well, but. That Sunbelt Ag Expo was a really, really cool experience.
Yeah,
we got to meet a lot of companies that do tractors and tractor implements,
and a lot of YouTubers.
And a lot of YouTube. Well, we met a few other YouTubers, so that was kind of cool too. It's always cool when you can meet someone that you share. I know we've talked about it 15 times about the harvest celebration, but from a tractor perspective, we met some tractor channels. And that was pretty cool.
We did a live from there with Tony's.
Yeah, Tony's Tractor Adventure. He's a good friend of mine. We become really good buddies. Me and Tony from Tony's Tractor Adventure, and we share a lot of ideas and a lot of strategies, I guess, for growth and stuff like that, as far as YouTube and videos and stuff like that. RC Spur.
Yep. Yeah, we're just about getting ready to close her down here tonight. So it's been quite an evening.
I don't know how to take it, Daryl.
Take it good, because it was definitely meant good.
Yeah. Yeah, but for a moment here, getting back on the HOA, they do use volunteers every year,
Right.
and if you sign up, that gives you free admission.
All right.
And it's like you only have to volunteer. I think they're doing 5-hour shifts now, and if you volunteer on a Thursday, you still get in all 3 days. So that's what we did the first 2 years. We volunteered.
Yeah, interesting.
And this year they had a ambassador thing. So if we helped advertise on our website or Facebook or YouTube, we got the same offer. So we decided instead of volunteering, we advertised it on our website. So You know, that's
Yeah.
what we did.
Yeah.
Ambi, it's the sign up is under the small YouTube homesteaders group on Facebook, and or the Two Family Homestead on Facebook. On the Two Family Homestead, no, there's a file there. You could, if you join, you can put your name there. That'll be fine.
Well, listen, we really appreciate the opportunity. I mean, because we reached out to you guys. Golly, what we talking about? March,
Yeah.
April, something like that. We were talking about.
Yeah.
And
And you
we
go,
literally. I
October.
thought the Lord was going to come back before October 28th. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, you ain't never going to get there October 28th. But it's all. It's wonderful. The fact that you're booking this so far out in advance is just testament of what kind of channel you guys have.
July 2020. That's what we're into now. And we had to like pull teeth to get people to come on our live stream when we first started.
Of course,
So,
yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. And like I say, it's just a testament of how you guys are kind of. Another channel that I want to mention right quick though is the Self-Reliant Rose Show. And Mr. B, Bob and Mr. B, and Mrs. B. But because it's people like you and them that really, really just make our community so much better. And because you guys do the volunteering at the events, and you guys do the helping people's channels get better. And then Prep Stater Bob goes out there and gives up his time and resources to help people's property get better. And it's just that stuff amazes me. The heart that is such a unselfish community.
Giving.
But hey,
Just give.
it's funny how it all works out though. Prep Setter Bob, for example, when he first contacted us to be on the show, we gave him the next available date. He says, "Wow, that's a long ways off."
Yeah.
But it worked out that it was right at the beginning of his second season start.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
It was a long time off for you guys as well. But it works out right before the Stivers meetup.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree with that. It's but it's all the community. So the community is awesome. I've been watching the chat scroll through here, and we still got 49 people in here, and it's crazy that 49 people want to come in here and just hang out and laugh and have a good time with us for almost 2 hours now, and they had
Has it been that long? Oh my
has it been that
gosh.
long?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it has.
but it's such a, like I say, the community's awesome, and we're just thankful that we're just a tiny piece of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Same here. Same
Yeah.
here. Yep. Got
But if
quiet.
anybody's got any questions or anything else, man, we're more than happy to share more of our story and all that good stuff with us. We can talk all night, but whatever it's convenient for whatever Daryl and Sherry want to do.
Naked Gardener, I have 44 accounts watching y'all.
I tell you, he's such a trip, man. I love that guy. Not only do we have the common theme of being an Air Force brothers, but I just love his channel. And him and his wife. He's got his wife fully involved too. As far as she makes the video, she helps with the videos, and she joins in on the live stream and all
I
that.
love watching Sydney cook.
Yeah, the cooking stuff is cool. And Sydney gets it too. And his channel's really growing fast too, so he gets it.
Well,
Autumn Oaks Farm, have a good evening.
it's been a wonderful evening. Would like to do it again with you.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, man.
And
I hope you didn't lose any. I hope you didn't go below 10,000.
We're thinking about doing one night or something, trying to fit one in where we have more than one channel on, because Daryl has a program he can put he can do up to 40 channels.
supposedly 49 channels.
That would be a bit much, but like getting 5 to 10, at a time, that would be.
I promise I won't try to speak over. I won't try to talk over everybody. I promise.
I'll withhold Mountain Dew that night.
Well, and we sort of tested that right after the HOA.
Oh, that's right. I did see 3.
Actually-
You big.
Actually,
You
we
Big
had
Bear
what,
and-
5?
Somebody else.
Well, Roots and Refuge was on. Morgan Gold was on. Big Bear was on. VW Family Farm was on. And
Yeah.
Kilda Gardner was on. So we had at least 5.
Wow.
So, all right.
Yeah, that is cool.
Anyway, it's been a wonderful evening, and we're looking forward to this coming weekend.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
too.
You got anything to announce for that at all? Any special?
You talking to me or Miss Sherry?
Any little tidbits you're gonna?
You know, like I say, we're going to be the guest speakers, and we're going to kick it off at 10:15 local,
and you're
it's gonna
giving
be-
away $100 bills or anything like that.
And I'm telling you,
I
You never know. We might give away something.
I
We
get
always-
my neck hugs first then.
no, you know, we'll bring something to give away. We're just that type of people. We every live stream we have, we're just like y'all on your Monday nights, but on ours we give stuff away. So we're the same as that. I like giving stuff away. Have you heard of the channel Mr. Beast? The
yes.
YouTube channel Mr.
Yes,
Beast.
absolutely.
And he gives away like
Cars.
cars and stuff. I want to get to that level one day. I want to get to.
Sydney wants us to give him a tractor.
Yeah, I want to get to 20 million subscribers and give people tractors. That's my ultimate goal.
Well, BC Truck does something every Saturday morning.
Yeah, he does. I don't know if you're familiar with BC Trucks channel or not. He's been.
I seen him in the chat
Yeah.
all night. I'm gonna check him out after this.
Yes.
Brad's a pretty cool guy,
He's been around a long time.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So
and
Yeah.
he does a
Sydney,
Saturday
I-
he does a Saturday morning video, and all you have to do is comment on it, and then the next Saturday he'll go back and pick a winner from
from the
Oh,
comments,
good.
from the prior week. And what is it? They get to go to Amazon.
you get to go to Amazon and pick anything.
From
Usually
from his
$35.
Yeah, from his Amazon link, you can go
That's
pick
cool.
out.
Oh, yeah.
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 Mhm.
Yeah, that's really neat.
So
Yeah.
everybody in the chat, don't forget. I'm going to ask Smush to put the book link in here again, and go check out the book that he's written. And
Faith, finances, and friendship.
anything else, Sherry?
I can't think of anything else. I think it was a great night.
Folks, thanks so much for being here tonight. We next week, Juliet Miranda, a little bit different, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So take care, everyone. Hope to see you at Stivers this weekend. See you later. Bye bye.
Good night.
Night, folks.